Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Hello, my friend. Happy Tuesday. I am so glad you're here, like always. So, today is for that mom, that woman, that person that might be feeling tired, even though they got like 8 hours of sleep. Or are you the person that snoozes 2, 3, 4 times before you actually get up because you just can't seem to wake up? This is for you. We are going to be talking about how not to feel tired when you wake up. And these are simple things that we take into tweaking mode in our coaching program to really evaluate these little things that are going to help out in keeping us energized. And it's all natural things. You don't have to go out and buy anything. That's the simplicity of this episode today. So let's start with number one, sleep. We have to start with sleep. This is the number one thing that we talk about in my coaching program. If you want to lose weight, if you want to feel energized, you need to get quality sleep. Not the amount is that matters the most. What matters most is the quality of your sleep. And this might seem like you've heard it before or duh, super obvious moment right now. But what you may not realize is you could be getting, like I said, 8 hours of sleep, 9 hours of sleep, but the quantity is not what really matters, is the quality, right? If you're not getting REM sleep, you're waking up in the middle of the night because maybe you drank too much water too late, or maybe your little ones are keeping you up, or if you keep waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning and you don't know why, you can't fall back asleep, you get paranoid or, upset because you can't fall back asleep. And so I know that really makes an impact on your mood for the next day, for, how you go about, everything for the next day. It's really a domino effect. It's going to impact your hormone levels. You're going to be having more cravings. You're probably going to need more coffee. You're going to be crashing. Your body's just trying to function, and it's not at an optimal state when you don't get enough sleep. So when you don't get enough sleep, your body produces more cortisol. Cortisol is, I'm sure you've heard of it, is a stress hormone. So that tells your body to save energy, right? We are not doing good. We must keep our body safe. And this really can lead to storing more body fat and using our muscle for energy instead. Also, when we, have sleep deprivation, it can also interfere with the body's ability to metabolize carbohydrates. So if you're having simple carbs like bread and cookies and sodas, not only can the food lead to high blood sugar levels, but the fact that you're even having those can cause your body to produce more insulin, which can lead your body to store more fat and be resistant to insulin. So when we don't get enough sleep, when we're not getting that quality sleep, we are waking up in the morning, we're feeling tired, we are feeling run down. I mean, I've had clients tell me they wake up tired and they really never catch up throughout the day. And when you feel tired, when you're feeling drained, especially because you didn't sleep good, it's really hard to start your day with a positive outlook, I didn't sleep good. That's not the day that I want to be go, everybody go. I'm not in that moody, go happy, go lucky place when I'm not at a place where I didn't get enough sleep. So it's, again, impossible to be in an uplifted mood when you are not feeling your best. So if you're trying to improve your sleep to increase your energy, quality does matter. So a few things that you can really focus on is maybe turning down your phones an hour before bedtime. Supplements can be very helpful, but we want to stick to habits that can really help with kind of leading our body to recognize that it's nighttime, right? So turning down the lights a little bit, dimming them down as the night goes, having an earlier meal. Magnesium, ashwagandha are always great supplements, but always consult with your doctor if you're trying, things like that. You can also create a night routine to help that body recognize, again, give it cues that it's bedtime. For example, you can have like an eye mask, or you can have I know I turned on my Hatch, my sound machine. It has like a red light that I kind of turn on, and that's my room light as I'm going to bed. It kind of mimics that sunset look. So I feel like I've been using it for, I think, 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. Okay, if you are struggling with weight loss, you don't know where to start, what to do, what to eat, you don't know if your hormones are affecting you, you don't know if it's your genes, whatever it is, I have a solution for you. Schedule a discovery call where I can give you a plan of where to start, what to do, how to do it, and we can co-create a plan just catered for you so we can get started on helping you feel better, feel energized, feel confident in your own skin, in your own body. No more leggings, no more big tees. Get you out of those clothes into something that you feel comfortable taking those selfies and feel good about the body that you're in. So if you want to start coaching with me, please schedule a discovery call. The link will be in the show notes. And now back to the show. The second thing that we're going to be talking about as far as getting our energy up is exercising. That is free. It's a very simple and effective way. It has so many positive effects that improve not only your energy but also your mood. You feel more uplifted. You have your blood rush, you're sweating. It's definitely a great booster to your mood and energy. So if you're like, how am I going to exercise if I am tired, if I don't have the energy? And I actually hear this quite a lot. I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes a great way is just to go ahead and get it started, right? Just do if you're doing a 15-minute workout and you're really dreading it because you're feeling tired, just try it for a couple of minutes and see how your energy slowly starts coming back to you. So again, how can I exercise when I have such low energy? So the answer to this is when we move our body, our blood increases, we get more oxygen to the brain, endorphins start flowing, and that's why I really recommend if you're able to move your body, whether it's strength training or walking or whatever is it that you like to do, dancing, online videos, whatever it is, it's going to be an energy booster. And I think for us, especially, I think it really helpful in the morning. Studies show that women do better when they work out in the morning. And honestly, if you're working, if you're a mom, getting it done first thing in the morning is going to be so beneficial. You're checking off a hard thing off your list. You are getting something done for yourself. You're getting your me time. And so that is very helpful when we're trying to achieve our goals and sticking to a routine, and just having this is going to absolutely be so helpful. And I mean, like I said, movement, whether you're walking, running, whatever floats your boat is going to give you more energy. When you exercise, it fuels your mitochondria. And they say, like I've heard this before, an object that is in motion stays in motion. And so that is something to kind of keep in mind. Once you start moving, you're going to find you've got more energy. So if you don't believe me, I suggest you just try it out one day when you are just not feeling it. But, exercise almost head to toe. There's researchers, there are studies that say compared exercise to medication for depression or anxiety, movement is such a more impactful benefit and solution than, medications. And that has been proven in multiple studies already. Not saying that there's no place for medication, but, why not try both, right? If you are in a place that is requiring that. So try something that's going to help you feel better, but it's also going to give you great results, right? You're going to feel better when you start moving your body. Your clothes are going to start fitting nicer. You're going to feel, accomplished and proud that you did something good for yourself. And not only that, exercise improves sleep. So sleep improves your energy and your mood, and it's all intercorrelated together, right? So we're adding exercise to improve our sleep, and our sleep is going to improve our mood. So these things are all connected and are going to be so helpful in getting you the energy that you want and need. One of my favorite supplements that I've really enjoyed taking in the last few months has been my chocolate flavored collagen from Sports Research. The collagen really supports my skin, my nails, my joints, my bones. It is a combined mix of hyaluronic acid with vitamin D. It has a typical amino acid profile. Some of my favorites are glycine, leucine, tyrosine, valine, and so much more. Those are great for helping with recovery and building muscle. It is a great mix for coffees and shakes. It supports workout recovery. It's dairy and gluten-free, non-GMO tested, gluten-free, third-party tested, and good manufactured practice stapled on their product. So I really love the taste. When I mix it with my coffee, it tastes like a hot Mexican chocolate coffee. It is so good. And with the season changing, we start kind of switching our drinks. This is a perfect supplement to try. So if you haven't tried it out, check the link below and get yourself a discount. Now, back to the show. The food you eat is really going to also affect your mood, your emotions. I feel like food is such a big thing, and with good reason, right? We celebrate birthdays. When we have dinner, as we sit as a family, when we have breakfast, we love breakfast. We all get to sit as a family during that time, and it's time that you share with people that you love, or if you're cooking meals for the family or you're catering to your loved ones. food is such a great way to connect with others, do nice things for others, but also food is medicine. We can heal our bodies, and we can really make things better when we use quality food and not a lot of certain things that are not as good for us. So instead of having this thought, I can't have this, or I need to stop eating a certain way, I suggest you process those thoughts and maybe changing those beliefs and those ways of thinking into, I want to add more nutritious, unprocessed foods, right? And I always suggest, proteins like meats and cheeses, and, you can never go wrong with fruits and vegetables. I had a friend the other day, which I love her to death, and she's amazing. I've enjoyed hanging out with her. But, when it comes to the way we think as a society, we have to start breaking things down, right? Because she told me that her kids they took them out to McDonald's, right? And that was it, right? She was rushing. She wanted to do something quick, and she got that. But we were talking about food, and she's like, but I don't do rice and I don't do this. And so when we start thinking and really define like, oh, this food is bad, but we're not realizing when we're choosing other things, they are worse than, single whole ingredient foods, right? So that should be your main focus. Choosing fruits and vegetables that came from earth, right? So I always suggest to just focus on whole, nutrition dense foods, and then if you want to add other things, you may. So things that don't have like a factory label or additives or chemicals, or that are not being processed through a line. And of course, there's always exceptions, right? When you're looking at bagged ingredients, I always suggest 5 ingredients or less is a good way to say how processed things are. For example, you have a tomato, but then you also have like canned tomatoes. So the tomato was processed at one point, but when you have like ketchup, you really got to look at those ingredients and see what they're adding to the ketchup. So if you get my drift, that are the things that you should be adding to your nutrition, right? Whole, dense, single ingredient foods. And that really does affect the way you go about your day. If you're eating a whole bunch of sodas or cookies, you are going to go into a food coma. I know a lot of people, after their lunch, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sleepy. Or because they had a really, a heavy meal, and if they've had too much of something, that could have affected the way they're feeling, right? So when you eat like garbage, you feel like garbage. So when you drink like garbage, you feel like garbage. And this includes sugary drinks, juice, even if they say natural flavored, you gotta look at the sugar content. You gotta be your own advocate, right? And so when you're eating things like that, it does affect, again, your mitochondria, which is the battery in your cell. That is where the energy is, where the energy source is. And so if we are feeding it with stuff like that, it's not gonna be in a place of wanting to burst your body with energy. And if you're not giving yourself the nutrients you need, you're not going to have the energy that you need, that you want, and it's only going to create like more friction on the other things, like if you're wanting to exercise, like if you're not sleeping well. It's all really connected together. Now, we're going to move into some of my favorite things that I love to do, and it's just getting sun in the morning. I think a lot of us underestimate how important sunshine is. When you go and move your body outside, that's going to improve not only your energy, but you're going to be getting that vitamin, D from the sun. And vitamin D, we get energy from it. So when we're outside, it really helps regulate a again, our circadian rhythm. When we sleep better, our body knows when it's daytime, when it's nighttime, it's going to regulate our sleep much better. So our eyes get sunlight in the morning, and that kind of tells our brain like, hey, it's daytime. It's time to start, letting our body know to produce the hormones that it needs to produce for daytime. And honestly, it's going to help regulate sleep, and you're going to be increasing the quality of your sleep. So think about it, right? So by just going outside and walking, you're going to get that exercise that we talked about. We're going to get your vitamin D. You're going to get that morning sunshine. It's going to help regulate your sleep and wake cycle. That's going to help your sleep. And again, this is all tied together by just switching a couple of habits here and there. And this is all going to make such a huge difference in boosting your energy level specifically for the morning. Now, this next one is a biggie, right? Is managing our stress, because it does affect our hormones, and our hormones have such a big impact on how we feel, how we wake up during the day. And so again, I think this is a big one, especially when changes occur, like we are waking up again at 3 a.m. and we don't know why, and we don't know why we can't fall back asleep, and we're not getting enough rest. And so that causes us to not have energy in the morning. And so that causes us not to go on our walks in the morning. And so we feel tired. And now our hormones like cortisol and leptin definitely decrease, and our sleep is very disrupted, right? So when our leptin levels decrease, this can make people feel hungrier, which can lead to cravings and snacking throughout the day. And if we're not moving our body, this can lead to you possibly gaining weight if we're overeating or snacking on things that we shouldn't. Now, cortisol is the hormone that our body produces, if you think about it, when our body is in fight or flight mode, right? So that we feel sometimes when we're maybe stressed. Our cortisol levels, are usually can get pretty high unless you get to a point where you are constantly like not managing your stress and your cortisol is like super high all the time. And it could also mean that if your circadian rhythm, if your wake and sleep cycle are not regulated, they could drop really low. And so if in the morning, they usually tend to rise, right? With the sun, with the vitamin D, cortisols tend to slightly go up, right? Kind of prepare our body for the day. But when we're not regulating and staying consistent with these habits and getting situated with our sleep and our exercise, our body doesn't really know exactly how to do that if we're interrupting it with phones at night, with not moving our body, with eating a lot of processed foods. So we want to stay in a rhythm. Our body naturally regulates its hormones, because if you're constantly in a fight or flight mode, that is not good. But by us having a routine and things that we constantly do, our body's going to know what to expect, how we work. Our body gets to know your routine. So other things that could affect cortisol to go up is also just being on the phone, right? Sometimes like I have my watch and I have to remind myself like maybe turn off the notifications for a while, because my watch is constantly ringing. So that sometimes can give me a spike on cortisol. I know I did my cortisol test a few months ago, and in the mornings it was a little higher than I normally would need to have it. So maybe ways of managing your stress, because sometimes you just can't get rid of the stress, right? Life is going to happen, things happen. You can't really get rid of stress, but we can learn to manage it. And when we learn to manage it, things are going to be so much better for your health, for your life, how you go about things. And there's certain things that you can do, right? So like obvious, go for a walk, after dinner in the evening, go for a walk, maybe take a nice bath, improve your sleep. Those are things that are really going to help reduce your cortisol. And it's all pretty much connected together. So when we work on all of these things, we're going to feel better. We're going to feel more energized. And when you start doing just a couple of these things, you're going to feel that kind of like waterfall effect, and you're just going to give your body so much energy, and you're going to be such a happier and healthier person overall, which that is our goal. That is what we're trying to do, and that's how we want to show up in the world, right? And lastly, this one's going to be quick, and I just thought about it. And it's really surrounding yourself with positive people that are going to inspire you, support you, and get you through what your days are looking like, right? If you have goals, you're always going to be like the 5 people closest to you, right? So always surround yourself with people that are supporting you, people that are, cheering you on, and that's always going to feed into your energy as well. So find people that are pouring into you so you can pour into others. So thank you for listening, and